My mother treated me like trash my whole life. But when she showed up at my baby shower with my ex-boyfriend trying to sabotage my marriage, Marcus exposed her manipulative messages in front of everyone and destroyed her. I'm 28 years old. I'm married to the love of my life, and I just had my baby 3 months ago. But I need to tell this story, because what my mother did at my baby shower was so twisted, so absolutely insane, that I still can't fully believe it. And the thing is, it wasn't an isolated incident. You know, it was like the culmination of a lifetime of crap that had been building up, and honestly, I think I need to get it all out of my system, because keeping this to myself is driving me crazy. I guess I should start from the beginning. My mother, Donna, and yes, she always insisted we call her by her first name, never Mom, which was already weird in itself, got pregnant with me when she was 17, still in high school. My biological father, Roger, was honest with her from the start, told her, "Look, I'm going to support the baby financially, and I'm going to be present as a father. But I don't want a relationship with you." And she accepted that. And honestly, Roger was always amazing to me. Like, he really made an effort to be a good dad even though they weren't together, which I appreciate infinitely now that I see how things turned out. When I was like 4 years old, Donna met Henry at her work. They fell in love, got married super quickly, and a year later, they had my sister Lauren. And this is where things start getting weird, because from the moment Lauren was born, the difference in how Donna treated us was like night and day. You know what I mean? With Lauren, she was all affectionate, hugged her, called her my princess, bought her beautiful dresses, organized elaborate birthday parties with themes and the whole show. With me, it was different. My birthdays were basically a normal family dinner, maybe a cake from the supermarket, nothing special. And it wasn't that Henry was the problem. He always treated me well, never made differences between Lauren and me. In fact, I don't think he even noticed what Donna was doing at first. What I remember most about my childhood is that constant feeling of being on the outside looking in, like I was watching someone else's family life through a window. Lauren had these incredible birthdays. Like when she turned 6, Donna organized a princess-themed party, hired entertainers. There were like 30 kids, decorations everywhere. When I turned 8 that same year, they took me to dinner at Applebee's with Roger, Henry, and Lauren. And that was it. And the worst part wasn't even the material difference, you know? But the way Donna would look at me sometimes. Like I was a reminder of something she wanted to forget. Like my existence made her uncomfortable. But the thing is, Lauren and I became super close anyway. She's literally my best friend, and always has been. She also noticed the different treatment, even as a kid, and many times she tried to compensate for it. Like, she'd give me half her gifts or insist that I participate in her parties too, even though Donna would make faces. Lauren was never to blame for anything, and that's something I need to make clear, because she was always on my side, even when it meant going against her own mother. When it came time to go to college, I left as far as I could. Basically, I got a scholarship to a university like 6 hours from home, and honestly, it was the best time of my life up to that point. Donna barely called me, maybe once every 2 months, and the conversations lasted like 5 minutes max. Roger called me every week. Henry sent me messages asking how classes were going. Lauren and I talked almost daily, but Donna just didn't seem interested in my life at all. And honestly, I didn't miss her much either, which probably says a lot about our relationship. In my final year of college, I met Marcus in an economics class. He was cute, funny, we got along incredibly well, and we started dating like in October of that year. By the time I graduated in May, we'd been together for several months, and things were going pretty well. My whole family came. To my graduation, Roger, Henry, Lauren, and yes, Donna too. And this is where things start getting truly weird. That should have given me a clue about what would come later. At dinner after the ceremony, Donna wouldn't stop making comments about Marcus. And they weren't normal comments from a mother meeting her daughter's boyfriend. They were weird things like, "Oh, Marcus, you're so handsome. My daughter is so lucky. I wish I had met someone like you at her age." We all were like, what's up with these comments? Even Marcus looked uncomfortable. But I let it slide, thinking, maybe she was trying to be friendly in her strange way. What I didn't know at the time was that Donna asked Marcus for his Facebook that same night, and he, being polite and not knowing any of the background, accepted her request. Marcus and I kept dating after graduation. We moved in together in the city where we both got jobs, and things were going well. But like a year into living together, Marcus told me something. That got me thinking. He said, "Is your mom always so weird with you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he explained that he'd noticed how Donna spoke to me when they visited, how she never asked about my work or my life, how everything revolved around Lauren when we were all together. And then he said something I'll never forget. He said, "I think your mom is jealous of you." And I laughed because it sounded absurd. You know what I mean? How is she going to be jealous of her own daughter? But Marcus insisted, said that the way Donna looked at him and talked to him was weird, that she seemed to be flirting with him, and that the comments she made about me when I wasn't around were always vaguely negative, like never directly bad but always with a tone of subtle criticism. Anyway, Marcus and I broke up after 3 years together. But it was an amicable breakup. We just wanted different things in life. He wanted to move abroad for work, and I wanted to stay close to my family. Well, close to Roger, Henry, and Lauren, not Donna, obviously. We stayed friends on Facebook and everything. No drama. Like 6 months after breaking up with Marcus, I met Oliver at a work conference. And it was like love at first sight. I don't know how else to describe it. We connected instantly in a way I'd never experienced before. Oliver is the kindest, most considerate, most incredible man I've ever met, and we fell madly in love. We started dating, and 8 months into the relationship, I found out I was pregnant. It wasn't planned, but we were both happy, like really excited, and we decided to get married before the baby was born because we both wanted that. The wedding was small, intimate, just close family and friends. When I told Donna I was getting married, her reaction was like, "Wow, so fast, are you sure that's a good idea?" She didn't even ask about Oliver, didn't ask if I was happy, just made comments about how rushed everything was. And then she said something that left me cold. She said, "Marcus was better for you. You should have thought it through before letting him go." And I was like, "What the hell? Mommy mean, Donna, I didn't let him go. It was a mutual decision, and besides, Oliver is amazing." But she just made that disapproving face she always makes and changed the subject. Things got worse when I started showing more with the pregnancy. Like at 5 months, Donna called me one day and basically screamed at me over the phone saying she wasn't ready to be a grandmother, that I was ruining her reputation because people would think she was old, and that she couldn't believe I was so selfish to have a baby without thinking about how that would affect her. And I was like, "Are you serious? This is about you?" I had the biggest fight of my life with her that day. I told her everything I'd been holding in for years. Told her she'd always treated me like I was a mistake, that she'd never been a real mother to me, that I was tired of her attitude and her weird comments, and that if she couldn't be happy for me, then I didn't want her in my life or in my baby's life. I hung up the phone and blocked her number. Roger supported me completely. Henry called to apologize for Donna and say he was happy for me, and Lauren literally came to stay with me for a weekend because she knew I was emotionally struggling. Like 2 months went by without talking to Donna, and honestly, they were 2 months of peace, without her toxicity, without her comments, without that constant feeling of not being enough. Then came the time for my baby shower. Lauren organized everything. She was super sweet about it, picked a nice place, sent invitations, coordinated everything. I was 7 months along, excited, surrounded by my friends. Roger was there, Henry too, Oliver, of course. It was a perfect day. Until Donna showed up, which was already surprising because we hadn't invited her. But what she did next was so absolutely insane that I still have trouble processing it. Donna arrived like an hour after the party started, and she didn't come alone. She brought Marcus. Yes, my ex-boyfriend Marcus, who I hadn't talked to in like 2 years beyond liking an occasional photo on Facebook. I froze when I saw them walk in together, and Donna had this huge smile on her face, like super proud of herself, and she said really loud so everyone could hear, "Surprise, honey. I brought someone special. I thought it was time for you to have a second chance to do things right." The silence in that place was deafening. Literally everyone went quiet staring at the scene. Oliver was next to me squeezing my hand. Lauren's mouth was hanging open from shock. Henry looked mortified. And Marcus, poor Marcus, looked uncomfortable, like I'd never seen him. Like he clearly didn't know what situation Donna had gotten him into. Before I could say anything, Marcus spoke, and what he said changed everything. He said, "Donna, this isn't what we agreed on. You told me you just wanted me to come say hi and give a gift." And then he looked at me and said, I'm sorry. You need to know something. Your mom has been sending me messages on Facebook for weeks, literally weeks, trying to convince me to come to this baby shower and convince you to leave Oliver, telling me you made a mistake, that I was better for you, that the baby was going to ruin your life, and that if I asked you to reconsider, you would. You can imagine the chaos that broke out after that. I was shaking, like literally shaking with rage and shock. Lauren started yelling at Donna, asking her what the hell was wrong with her. Henry looked devastated. Roger came over to me to make sure I was okay. Oliver, God bless that man, just hugged me and told me, breathe. I'm here. You're okay. And Marcus took out his phone and showed everyone the messages, pages and pages of messages from Donna trying to manipulate him, telling him that I really wanted to be with him, that Oliver had gotten me pregnant on purpose to trap me, that if Marcus truly loved me, he would come save me. Donna tried to defend the indefensible, started saying she only wanted what was best for me, that Marcus was a better option than Oliver, that I was making a mistake with my life. And I finally exploded. I yelled at her in front of everyone that she was a toxic, manipulative person, that I'd spent my whole life being made to feel like I wasn't enough, that she was jealous of her own daughter for reasons I couldn't even understand, and that I never wanted to see her again in my life. I told her she was sick, that she needed professional help, and to get out of my baby shower before I called security. Donna left crying, making a dramatic scene, yelling that I was ungrateful, that I'd regret it, all those things people say when they know they lost but don't want to admit it. Marcus apologized like 1,000 times, explained that he seriously had no idea about the full situation, that Donna had painted a completely different story for him, and that if he'd known the truth, he never would have come. We all told him it was okay, that it wasn't his fault, that the manipulative one had been Donna, not him. The rest of the baby shower was weird, obviously. Like, how do you keep celebrating after such drama? But my friends and family made an effort to cheer me up, and eventually I managed to relax a bit and enjoy what was left of the party. Oliver was incredible the whole time. Never got jealous or weird about Marcus, just was there supporting me, and that made me love him even more if that was possible. My baby was born 3 months ago, perfectly healthy and beautiful, and being a mom is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Lauren comes to visit us all the time. She's the most amazing aunt. Roger is completely in love with his grandson, and Henry also comes often. Although things with him are a bit complicated now because it turns out he separated from Donna like a month ago, apparently after the baby shower incident. Henry finally opened his eyes to everything that had been happening for years, saw the messages Donna had sent Marcus, talked to Lauren about how Donna had always treated me differently, and when he asked Donna to apologize to me and seek therapy, she flatly refused, said she'd done nothing wrong and that we were all overreacting. So Henry asked her for a divorce. And honestly, I don't blame him. Living with someone so toxic must be exhausting. Donna has tried to contact me like 5 times, using different numbers because I have hers blocked, sending messages through distant relatives. But I've been clear with everyone. I don't want to know anything about her unless she acknowledges what she did, truly apologizes, and seeks professional help for her problems. And so far she hasn't done any of those things. Lauren also cut contact with her completely, says she can't forgive what she did to me and doesn't want someone like that in her life either. Last week I was feeding my baby at 3 in the morning. You know those nights where you're half zombie but also like completely at peace. And I started thinking about everything that happened. About my whole childhood feeling less than Lauren. About Donna's weird comments. About the baby shower thing. And I realized that for the first time in my life I don't feel that need to earn my mother's love. You know what I mean? Like, I finally accepted that she has problems that have nothing to do with me, that it never had to do with me not being enough, but with her not being able to handle her own insecurities and jealousy. And I looked at my baby sleeping in my arms after eating, and I promised myself that never, ever, would I make him feel the way Donna made me feel. That he would always know he's loved, that he's enough, that his existence isn't an inconvenience but a gift. Oliver tells me I'm being better than Donna ever was, and I guess he's right. Sometimes it still hurts. I'm not going to lie. Like it would be nice to have a normal mother who was excited about her grandson and wanted to be present. But I have Roger, I have Henry, I have Lauren, I have Oliver, and that's more real family than a lot of people have. And at the end of the day, my baby is growing up surrounded by genuine love, not toxicity and manipulation, and that's what matters.